The 10th of January 2025, I'm just after making a video about Trump and the psychology of him, and somebody did post about Elon Musk. I do appeal to Elon Musk to contact me. I will act as the Irish anchor for an anti-corruption group in Ireland. The only tools we will have is exposing corruption in the media, making the lives of Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and Sinn Féin hell, making them wish they never were born, they never had entered politics. I have a massive dislike of them and what they're doing to our beautiful country, to our economy with mass migration, with this junk and with everything else. So the first thing we will look at with lawyers is the breach of the Strategic Environmental Assessment Directive. They've never assessed the Renewable Energy Directive and they don't want to. Now, the European Court of Justice, in the end of the day, might throw out our case, but we will bring it up there and argue it and make the European Court of Justice side with the EU or with justice and the promises and the treaties of the EU. All courts, like in America, they do side with the Constitution. There's a Constitution for the EU, and I will test that to the very limit so that they can't wriggle out of it in any way. There was a case with the Friends of the Irish Environment, and the government argued that it was a budgetary matter, and maybe they didn't argue that well. But my point is that once the government goes to build these things or provide finance or provide the way of doing it, then it comes under the directive, and they have to do a strategic environmental assessment. And I would do that for everything, including housing and all. I'd paralyse the government, paralyse them, so they'd have to meet us and decide what to do, and we'd see the way forward. Because the Irish voters will not do it. They voted for Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and Sinn Féin. We've got to disenfranchise the Irish voters. We've got to leave them that all the voting they did is wasted. Would you believe it? Down in a part, I can't give the exact location. I'll go, it's County Monaghan anyway. There was a chap, there was a man who was on my side and rang me and told me, we'll vote for you. And I said, is there anyone else that vote? He says, there's a chap up the road here and he never votes and he's illiterate. So I bring him in and ask him would he vote for me. So he asked him would he vote for me. The lad looked at some of my videos and he said, I'd vote for him all right. So he brought him in anyway, gave him the transfer, brought him into the polling station and told the poll clerk that he wanted to help him voting. And your man says, yeah, he can help me all right. I went in and got the ballot paper and voted number 1 for Val Martin. And your man turned to go out and he says, hold on, I'm not done yet. What? I thought you said you'd never vote. I never vote. So I'm here now, I'm going to vote. And he voted number 2 for Niamh Smith. Can you imagine that? So when I was eliminated from the count, his vote was for Niamh Smith. So all my activities was to help get Niamh Smith elected with a number 2. Isn't that unbelievable? So the like of that fella needs to be disenfranchised, take their rights away. I do not believe in the secret ballot. I'd have them all public if I had my way, but that's not going to happen probably. So that's the first thing. The second thing I'd get after the government on is the free speech bill. I'd go down as the plaintiff and I'd challenge them on the right to control my speaking under the Constitution. And I'd expose the present trunculated or shortened hate speech bill. I'd point out that you can be given life imprisonment for doing a crime against a person motivated by the fact that you hate his gender, and he can have 78,000 genders. That's not good law, but I'd have to look at that a bit. The problem with the present hate speech bill, as opposed to the one that was dumped, but it'll probably resurrect again. But the problem with it is that you have to commit a crime. You have to break into his house and beat him up because you believe of his gender, and I'm hardly going to do that, so it's not that easy. So we would have a look at it, we might challenge it generally, and then there'd be other things. For example, that if you have a horse and the horse has a chip and you lose the passport, your horse can't be killed, slaughtered or got rid of. The horse has to die of old age. I'd win that hands down. There's another example. The fact that if you have a vehicle there and you let the tax expire, you can't declare it off the road. Once the tax expires, even though you don't drive it, you cannot declare it off the road. I would challenge that. So there'd be lots of stuff. And then I'd fish around people and pick a few good cases and constantly pull away the government's right to be corrupt using the legal system. Then we'd use the media. We'd pay for people to give us information, and we use that information to destroy the government. And then you see in Britain, in England, Elon Musk, he was the DPP. Now he denies this, so I'm not that well up on it, but it does look like they failed to get the police after the Rotherhams, the Rochdales, and all of these young girls that were targeted by Asian gangs of people recently into Britain, who just wanted to have sex with these girls. And I believe there are many harrowing stories. A woman, Phillips, what do you call her for? She's Jess Phillips. She's elected in Birmingham. Is it Harley or something in Birmingham? She vetoed it. She would not let an inquiry take place. So again, Musk will be pushing and pushing, and Starmer is busily trying to block Musk interfering in the British elections. Musk has already declared that German people should vote for the alternative for Deutschland. So we use all that. So if Musk get on to me, we'd ruthlessly hunt down corruption in the government, in the Gardaí, and in everything else. And if people came to me with a genuine grievance, I'd upend them like that. Even without any help from Musk. I have interfered because interference is my stock and trade. Interfere in everything. That's my stat. My father said, "Don't you mind your own business. Don't be interfering." No, Jesus, I'll interfere. I get fun out of this. This is a therapy for me. So I'd interfere in them, and I've interfered in cases of I can't mention because I can't identify or I can't speak about. I've saved some people out of some terrible positions. I had to quit it because it took too much time. I've saved a lot of people by applying my basic knowledge of the law and applying it ruthlessly. And when you go to win, this is the big thing when you go to win, you must never let them up. It's a big mistake that if you go to correct somebody and they give in, that you let them off. You must pursue them to the jaws of death when you have them down. That's my policy. Now you might think I'm a ruthless man and all that, but that's the way I'm built. And I have it so well organised that there's no way the state can get at me. They can't get at me. And if I had Musk's millions behind me, we'd come up with some devilment. To beat these rascals and disenfranchise, and this is so important, the Irish voter. So they go in, I'll vote for this one, and she's nice hair, and I'll vote for him, and he's gosh, and Friend will get the United Ireland, Put them rascals down. Leave them with nothing. That's the bottom line. That's what I'd do if I had Musk. And I'd come up with several plans to hit them every way we can. And we'll never get the Irish people to turn against these parties. But we could get a few. We could cause them problems. Imagine these creeps got elected and the people who elected them didn't care about a children's hospital not being built. Think of the cruelty to children that is. And the government has the neck to talk about children being abused, and I don't agree with them being abused in other parts of the world, and they will not give them basic health services at home. The Irish voter did. Oh, he came to me granny's funeral. He's a great old lad, that Fianna Fáil fella. And they don't care. Look at the roads. Look at the road between Virginia and Cavan Town and all the twists. Look at the road between Bailborough and Lavey. It's like a Ness. It's prehistoric. Nobody cares. So the voter's not going to care. The voter will not care. The voter voted to get rid of his car, and he'll be whinging about it, and he needn't be coming to me. The day of taking these whingers coming, the first thing when they whinge to you is ask them, who did you vote for? Oh, they're going to take the car from us. Who did take the cattle off us? Bloody well good enough for you is the answer you give them. You voted for them. And accuse them of voting. I know who you vote for. And you'll see them going off with their heads down like this. That's the thing they need. Folks, that's my comment on Musk. He is causing consternation. It's like if he was sent by the archangel. And Trump is causing consternation. And the more of it, the better. The more of it, the better. Somebody did say there, would he invade Ireland? I don't know. What you see, you can't come along and say you'll support a foreign power invading your own country. Would he invade for what way? Well, I could put up a bit of an extension to the shed and make a jail so that if the American GI soldiers come in, we could hold them prisoner. But we'd have to give them tea, and sure, they could be related to us. I won't be firing at them anyway, and that's for sure. I would fire at the eggs. We better not do that. Then you couldn't go over on the holidays and us looking at the Western films and all that. So the thing is that, I don't know what will really happen. It would be better if Ireland was, well, I don't know, would it be good if it was the state of America? I think we're better off just ruling ourselves with a type of a trade deal between Britain and the EU. I think that'd do us. We have enough. They'll say, oh, we'd have no prosperity only for the EU. We'd have no tractors. This is what they'll tell you. What good is our prosperity? Our prosperity is wasted on migrants, on junk renewable energy stuff, and other old junk stuff. And just when I think of renewables, remember Musk was an electric, he made his money making electric cars, and that's the funny part of it. Keir Starmer was, oh, electric cars, oh, they're wonderful. Oh, Eamon Ryan, oh, they're wonderful. Oh, all the Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil and the Conservatives and the Tory party and the French and all, oh, electric cars. They've banned ordinary cars from 2030. Promote electric cars. And here is the foremost maker of electric cars, Elon Musk. That's the funny thing about it, giving them grief. So why were they all for him when he was making electric cars, but when he went to interfere in their setup, they turned against him? Isn't it amazing how they go? That's because they're such cruel, villainous idiots. That's what they are. And they're stuck with Trump, whether they like it or not. And will I rub their nose in it? Oh, will I rub their nose in it? Someone said, God help them and save them. I hope they do. Right, good luck. We'll see you back on that. 11 minutes, not bad. Great fun. Trump has been a tonic for us all. Good luck. Bye-bye. Thank you.